Hello everyone, a warm welcome to each and everyone to this wonderful session of Unacademy KCET Live. Welcome everyone, this is Shaik Imran, MSc Zoology. I am a biology faculty having more than 5 years of teaching experience in competitive exams coaching like Karnataka SET, AP Telangana MSET in NCRT also. Also experienced as a teacher in International School of Qatar country of Indian School. I am here to teach you biology subject for Karnataka SET. The students who are going to write the exam for Karnataka SET for 2021-2022, I wish you heartfully you will become a top ranker with Unacademy. There is no doubt to say you can crack your dreams with Unacademy. We are teachers regularly taking live classes in Unacademy learning app also. You can join with us regularly by downloading Unacademy learning app from Play Store. Install it in your Android, PC, iOS, whatever you are using. Install in your mobile phone. Search your goal as Karnataka SET. Once you type Karnataka SET, you will find Karnataka SET course. Choose in English language. Verify with your mobile number as well as email OTP also. This is necessary to comment during live sessions. You may have doubts during live session. For writing your doubts during live session, this is necessary. Follow my profile. Also, you can follow your favorite top educators in Unacademy KCET. Once you start following, you will get message option. If you are watching these classes during non-live, you can message us whatever doubts you have. Also, once you follow our profile, you will get free upcoming live class sorry free upcoming live class notifications. Also, you will find previously completed topics which help you a lot for your complete preparation. You can share our profile with your friend. If you're watching for the first time, this is for you. If you like these Unacademy free live classes, you can join with us in Plus course by taking subscription with 12 months plan, 6 months plan. Also, we have 1 month plan for you. We have already started batches with different plans. This 1 month plan cost around 250. This is for new subscribers only. If you have already used this 1 month plan, you cannot take it second time. Also, you can pay like per month EMI also. This is a wonderful opportunity to you. You can learn from your house. You no need to waste your time, money, etc. So this is a wonderful opportunity. You can utilize it by sitting in your home. You can crack your dreams. Once you take Plus subscription, you will get premium content at very low and affordable price. You will get structured live courses with dedicated live doubt clearing sessions. There you will get sorry 100% doubt clarification. You will get quiz at regular and interval session for your self-analysis. We already started batches for complete preparation. You can join with us in Plus course. You will get test series, daily practice papers, full-length mock test. Sorry for my bad throat today. Full-length mock test. Then you will get your complete analysis. Finally, the single subscription for unlimited access. Once you take Plus subscription, for you specially, complete syllabus will be covered. Tips and tricks given by top educators. Topic wise practice questions given to you. And full length mock test also conducted for you. If you want to learn with me in Plus course, don't forget to use my code, that is IMRANLIVE. By using my code while purchasing any plan, I am providing you 10% off in your fees. Of course, by using other educators' codes also, you will get this 10% off. By using my code, you will get a wonderful opportunity to learn with me in your journey of Karnataka SET 2021-2022. Also, this is not only for biology, you will get complete set of your preparation include physics, chemistry, maths, biology. Right? Without doing any late, we will start our discussion today. We are discussing about class 12 NCERT, that is unit number 6, reproduction. In that chapter number 3, human reproduction, we are dealing right now. In this, I am dealing in sequence. The students who missed my previous classes, I would request you watch my classes in a series. Then you will have a continuity. You will not get any confused. We discussed about female reproductive system. In female reproductive system, we studied about pair of ovaries, anatomy of ovaries, histology of ovaries. In yesterday's class, we studied about fallopian tube, histology of fallopian tube, parts of fallopian tube, functions of fallopian tube. In this session, we are going to discuss about uterus. This entire part is called as uterus. Up to here, this is called as uterus. This upper region also, this upper region is called as fundus. This is uterus. When fertilization occurs in fallopian tube, the zygote after 5 to 6 days will come and it will lay on uterus. Then it will attach with uterus with a tissue, the tissue called as placenta. The process called as implantation. Implantation is a process after fertilization, the zygote after 5 to 6 days it come and it will stick on the uterus. Then the development of embryos takes place on uterus. The process which the embryo develop from day 1 to 9 months, that is called as embryogenesis. About embryogenesis, I will take one more lecture. In this session, we will discuss about completely structure of uterus, functions of uterus, how the uterus is made up of, which cells are present, which layers are present, and other than the fertilization, other than embryogenesis, that is other than implantation, what kind of functions it performs. So in this session, we are going to discuss about uterus. Uterus, also called as hysteria. Hysteria is nothing but we use for uterus. The uterus, generally also we call womb. The uterus serves as part of the pathway for sperm. Generally, when sexual intercourse occurs, the sperms will enter into the female reproductive tract. Then through the uterus only they reach fallopian tube, because the fallopian tube is a part where the fertilization takes place. Before reaching the fallopian tube, the sperms must cross that uterus, right? Deposition in the vagina to reach the uterine tube. Before reaching the uterine tube, means the fallopian tube, they must cross uterus. It is also the site of implantation of blastocyst. Blastocyst is nothing but when zygote forms, the zygote stick on the uterus. This process is called as implantation, right? The development of fetus during pregnancy and labor, that means nothing but once fertilization occurs, automatically the zygote after 5 to 6 days it will come, it will reach the uterus, it will stick on the uterus. Either it can be left side uterus, it can be right side uterus. It will stick. The process which it is sticking with uterus called as implantation. Then slowly a temporary tissue will form, that is called as placenta. The placenta will help to attach the fetus with uterus. Then the baby starts growing from day 1 to 9 months until the delivery. So this is the major function of uterus. During reproductive cycle, when implantation does not occur, the uterus is the main source for menstrual flow. Before what we discussed about the implantation, the development of baby embryogenesis on the uterus, if fertilization occur, and now we are going to discuss about that thing. If fertilization not occurs, generally from the age of 13 years, approximately 13 Female continuously getting menstrual cycle. Once the menarche starts, continuously the female getting menstrual cycle. This is not necessary to get implantation, to get fertilization for every menstrual cycle, of course. So the next menstrual cycle takes place. If fertilization not occurs, if implantation not occurs, it acts for major source for next menstrual flow. How? Let me draw a small, so very rough representation I'm drawing here. Very rough representation. I have beautiful diagrams for you. So on the uterus consists of few layers. The uterus consists of few layers. These layers made up of epithelial cells, columnar cells. These layers also contain endometrium, myometrium, perimetrium. Once menstrual flow starts, these endometrium, myometrium, perimetrium, they break down. Once they break down, the mucus, tissue fluid, blood goes outside from the uterus only. The uterus contains layers called perimetrium. The perimetrium is external layer, myometrium is middle layer, endometrium is internal layer. The perimetrium breaks Perimetrium is external layer on the uterus. Once the perimetrium breaks down on the day 1, day 2, day 3 of menstrual cycle, the flows goes outside. The flows of blood consist of blood, tissue fluid, mucus. These all things will be sent outside from the female reproductive tract. Yes, got it? This is the major function of uterus. If fertilization occurs, it helps in implantation, development of fetus. If fertilization not occurs, it helps in next menstrual cycle, that is menstrual flow on the layers of uterus. It contain perimetrium layer. On the uterus, it contain perimetrium layer. The perimetrium breaks down, it send outside, that called as menstrual flow. Generally, sometimes any infections on uterus, of course, it can be possible. If any infections in uterus, doctors advise to patient to remove the uterus. This kind of surgical removal of uterus is called as hysterectomy. Hysterectomy is a process. Hysterectomy is a process where surgical removal of uterus takes place. The uterus, generally it is situated between the urinary bladder and the rectum. If you observe from the outside of the body, the location of uterus is exactly situated in between urinary bladder and the rectum. In between urinary bladder and rectum, the uterus is present. The uterus is the size of and shape of an inverted pear. I hope you know that what is pear. The size and shape, it looks like a inverted pear, of size pear. In females, generally, if a female who till not get pregnancy, it is about 7.5 centimeter long, 5 centimeter wide, and 2.5 centimeter thick. If a female once got pregnancy, once a baby delivered, the size of uterus will enlarge. Why? Why? Because the implantation also taking place on uterus, the development of embryo also taking place on uterus. So once a female get pregnancy, it will enlarge automatically. If a female not get pregnancy, it is about 7.5 centimeter long, 5 centimeter wide, and 2.5 centimeter thick. The uterus is large in females who have been recently pregnant. The females who already they completed their gestation period. The embryo which already delivered in that kind of female, it is large in size. When generally the sex hormones are low as occurs after menopause. So after menopause also, this uterus get enlarged when the sex hormones are low. When the sex hormones will be low after getting menopause only. Once menstrual cycle stops, automatically the hormones also release stops. Then automatically the uterus will become enlarged. Anatomical subdivisions of the uterus include, if you make a cross section of uterus, if you divide, it contains few parts. They are a dome-shaped portion that is superior to the uterine tube called fundus. Anatomically, if you observe, if you make a cross section of uterus, you will find the uterus. So roughly I'm drawing here on the screen. So this is upper part, this is left part, this is right part on the uterus, right? Then it consists of vagina. So this upper part, it is a dome shaped called fundus, right? Then a tapering central portion called body or corpus. So it is left also, right also. Tapering part called as body or also we call corpus. This is different than corpus luteum. Corpus luteum is yellow body, that is different. So do not get confused with body corpus. This is not yellow body. Corpus luteum, once the matured graphene follicle rupture overcomes outside, the remaining body we call yellow body or corpus luteum, which secrete hormones. That is different. This is different. This is the part of uterus. Then next, an inferior, a narrow portion called cervix. Then this region is called as cervix. Generally, a uterus consists of three major parts anatomically. Upper, it has a dome-shaped fundus which separates this ovary from abdomen cavity. Then it has middle body also called as corpus. Then a narrow part called cervix. Between the body and uterus and the cervix is isthmus is present. Between body and cervix, isthmus is present. A constricted region about 1 centimeter long. It is about 1 centimeter long. You can observe on the screen. This is a surgically removed original ovary of a female. This region is called as fundus. This region is called as body or corpus. And this narrow region called as cervix, right? This is ovary. This is fallopian tube. Got it? Let's go forward. The interior of the body, that is corpus, is called as uterine cavity. The interior of the body of the uterus is called as uterine cavity, and the interior of the cervix called as cervical canal. So as just before I have shown you in this diagram, so this is body called as internal cavity, and this is cervical canal. The cervical canal also called as birth canal. Cervical canal also called as birth canal. The cervical canal opens into the uterine cavity. It opens into the uterine cavity at the internal. OS means a mouth-like structure. It opens to the uterine cavity and the vagina to the external cavity. Generally, it opens to the cervix, then vagina. The paired ligaments, make it clear, the paired broad ligaments are double fold of peritoneum attaching the uterus to the either side of the pelvic cavity. It is very important thing. Question can be framed from this point of view, that how the uterus is attached with pelvic cavity. Uterus attached with pelvic cavity with the paired broad ligaments, and they are double folds of peritoneum. Clear? The paired uterosacral ligaments. Make it clear. The paired uterosacral ligaments, they connect the uterus to the sacrum. The round ligaments. The round ligaments are bands of fibers. They are made up of fibers and they have connective tissue between the layers of the broad ligaments. These broad ligaments, what we discussed before, which attached the uterus with the pelvic wall. So these round ligaments are bands made up of fibrous connective tissue. Let's understand the histology of uterus. Which kind of cells are present in uterus? Histologically, the uterus consists of three layers. Histologically, the uterus consists of three layers. The three layers are perimetrium, myometrium, and endometrium. Perimetrium is external layer, myometrium is middle layer, and the endometrium is internal layer. The outer layer, the perimetrium, are also called as serosa. Do not get confused. In uterus, the perimetrium, outer layer, also called as serosa, is a part of visceral peritoneum. It is composed of simple squamous epithelium. This serosa, this perimetrium made up of simple squamous epithelium and areolar connective tissue. Laterally, it becomes the broad ligament. Then after, it will become a broad ligament for attaching with pelvic cavity. The middle layer of uterus, that is the myometrium. The middle layer is myometrium. It consists of three layers. Do not get confused. The myometrium also consists of three layers. The uterine made up of three layers: perimetrium, myometrium, endometrium. But we have second layer, that is myometrium. The myometrium also contains three different layers. They are made up of smooth muscles, fibers, right? Smooth muscles, fibers that are thickest in the fundus. They are smooth muscle fibers, thick in the fundus. This upper region is fundus. This is uterus wall. This is body. And thinnest in the case of cervix. This lower part is called as cervix. Is this clear? The smooth muscle fibers are present in myometrium. They are very thick at fundus, very thin at cervix. That is the reason it has a very narrow pathway. Generally, during the normal delivery of the baby, the cervical canal will enlarge. That is the reason we call as birth canal. Got it? Why? Because it has a thin layers. The thin layers help in enlargement of cervical canal. The thicker and middle layer is a circular. The inner and outer layers are longitudinal or oblique. The thick layer, middle layer is generally circular, and the outer layer is longitudinal, or generally we call oblique. During the delivery of baby, during the normal delivery of baby, the coordinate contraction of the myometrium in response to oxytocin hormone, which release from posterior pituitary, help expel the fetus from the uterus. Generally, roughly I'm drawing here. So this is uterus, this is cervical canal, birth canal. During the delivery of the baby, releasing of hormone that is called as oxytocin. The oxytocin hormone act on myometrium to enlarge the cervical canal. So that is the reason we also call it as birth canal, which give a good pathway to expel the fetus from womb to the outside of the body. The inner layer of the uterus, called endometrium, is highly vascularized, which is contain very good blood supply and has three components. This endometrium having three components, that are an outer layer. The outer layer composed of simple columnar epithelium. An underlying endometrial stroma is a very thick region. It's very thick region. It has a lamina propria. Endometrial glands develop as invaginations of the lumina, epithelium, and extends almost the endometrium. It's very simple. When we discussed about tissues, they have clearly explained about these kind of tissues, lamina propria, columnar epithelium, right? So if you missed my classes, I would request you can watch it from my profile. There you will find the animal tissues. There I have explained clearly. Once you understand about the tissue clearly, it is nothing to you. You will understand everything clearly. So we are discussing about histology of uterus. The histology of uterus, on the uterus, it consists of majorly three layers. The layers are perimetrium, myometrium, endometrium. Now we are discussing about the endometrium, how it is made up of. Endometrium made up of the columnar epithelium. It is thick region at lamina propria, and some glands are present on the endometrium. The endometrium is divided into two layers. The endometrium consists of two layers. Just give me some concentration on the screen. Endometrium consists of two layers. They are stratum functionalis and second layer of endometrium, stratum basalis. Stratum functionalis, stratum basalis are the two layers in endometrium. Generally, the stratum basalis is permanent. It is permanent layer of endometrium. This is temporary layer in endometrium. For example, if a female gets a menstrual cycle, the stratum functionalis breaks down. It breaks down. Then the menstrual bleeding takes place. After blasting this stratum functionalis, the stratum basalis will form new stratum functionalis. For the next menstrual cycle, again the stratum basalis give rise to new stratum functionalis. The stratum basalis will be permanent, it is internal, and it is external, it is temporary. Once the menstrual cycle takes place, the stratum functionalis, the layer, will break down and the menstrual bleeding takes place. I hope you understood well. I hope there are no any doubts. If doubt you have, whatever doubts, you can comment in comment box. I am sure I will try my best to give you 100% clarity. And if you follow my profile in Unacademy Learning app, there you will get message options. You can message me. I am sure I will give you full of clarity. Hope you enjoyed this lecture. You can join with me regularly. These classes are free of cost, no need to pay. You can have experience how the Unacademy educators are teaching to you. Install Unacademy Learning app from Play Store. Install in your Android, smartphone, whatever you're using. Search your goal as Karnataka set. Choose your course Karnataka set in English language. Verify with your email and mobile number OTP. This is necessary during live session. If you have any doubt, for typing your comments, typing your messages, it should be verified. Follow my profile. Once you follow my profile, you will get message options. Whatever doubts you have, you can message me. If you are watching these classes during non-live, you can message me from your Unacademy Learning app. Share my profile with your friends. Once you follow my profile, you will get free upcoming live class notifications. Also, you will get previously completed topics which help you a lot for your complete preparation. If you like these free classes, if you want to join with us in Unacademy Plus course, we have best plans for Karnataka set aspirants. We have 12 months plan, 6 months plan, also we have 1 month plan also, and you can pay like per month EMI. Once you take the subscription, you will get premium content at very low and affordable price. You will get structured live courses with dedicated live doubt clearing sessions. You will get quiz at regular and interval session for your self-analysis. We already started batches for complete preparation. You can join with us. You will get test series, daily practice paper, full-length mock test for your complete analysis. Finally, the single subscription for unlimited access. You can crack your dreams with Unacademy. Once you take plus subscription, Complete syllabus will be covered for you. Tips and tricks given by top educators, topic wise practice questions given to you, full length mock test also conducted for you. You can choose 1 month trial price and you can choose 6 months, 12 months. That's your wish. If you want to learn with me in Plus course, use my code, that is IMRANLIVE. By using my code, I am providing you 10% off in your fee. Also, by using my code, you will get complete set of your preparation, include physics, chemistry, maths, biology. I hope you enjoyed this lecture. Meet you soon with one more new topic on next lecture. Until then, bye. Take care.